Hello guys, just I'm checking the live streaming, whether it's working or it's not working, um, because I'm planning to have more live streamings. Of course, if there are people. Meanwhile, while I'm checking, if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. It's not problem for me. If you have your date of birth, if you have your date of birth with the hour of birth and the exact time of hour of birth, you can ask some general question. It's not problem for me. I can reply. Hi, Paru. How are you? Hi. I hope you hear me. Do you hear me? Is there any problem with the sound, or there is no problem with the sound? Of course, if you want to learn astrology, great sound. Okay, just in a second, I'm going to check the things that you're asking me. Just before that, if anyone has questions, you can ask me. I need your date of birth, I need the exact time of birth and the place of birth and the place of living. The question should be a little bit more general, so I can check it just for 1 minute. If you have, of course, any if you want a consultation, you can check my website. I'm going to give you my website. Just a minute. I'm going to give a link to my website. It is in English, so you can understand it easily. I'm going to put it here. And if you need any consultation, you can check this website. And now, just in a minute, I'm going to reply to Paru. And before that, I can just tell you more about my book. I have a book, Vedic Astrology Easy and Simple. It is for beginners. So if you want to learn astrology, you can read my book, or you can check my course. I have online course. It is with pre-recorded videos, pre-recorded online course for beginners, Vedic Astrology for beginners. It is with pre-recorded videos. I'm going to put a link somewhere later on. I'm going to put the link later on. Now, Peru, I'm going to answer your question. Okay? So, Peru, 13th of January 1996. The city is Karnal City, Haryana state. Okay, this is in India, right? Yeah, it is in India. Hi, Desi. Just a second, Peru. 13th of January. 13th January. 1996, 5 a.m. in the morning. 5:05. This is in the morning. 5:05. Karnal City. Okay. India. Haryana state, Karnal City. Okay. So, Karnal City. So, in September, you started a new period. And this period, Rahu Moon period. And your Rahu Moon is in your 11th house. The house of the gains and dreams. Right? So this will be very, very important period for you, because you can fulfill your dreams, of course, and I think you can find a new job, and you can be very successful in your job. But you're asking about I want to know how will be my husband. Your husband Your husband, your seventh house is ruled by Taurus. You know, Taurus is very stable sign. It is the sign, it is fixed sign of security, family, and the ruler of Taurus is Venus. So I think you have a very stable man next to you, and Venus is in your Aquarius in the fourth house. So this person will be a home person. He will give you home. He will give you happiness, and he will be very serious guy. I mean, he will be very reliable person, because you have Venus Saturn in Aquarius, and this will give you a person who can be not so I mean, he can be a little bit more serious, but he will be devoted to you, and he will take in some way he will need to take care of society, because Aquarius is the sign of society, you know. So person, I think there were a possibility to meet a new guy between July and September. I think it between July and September there were possibilities. And now after November, if you are single, you will be able to find someone after November 2022 till April 2023. You will be able to find someone if you are single. If you are not single, it will be very good time for love. Okay? If anybody else, they see, if you have any questions, you can ask questions too. Just I'm checking the live stream, because I don't know, I live in Europe, and I don't know what time I have to. You're welcome, Paru. I don't know what time I have to make live streaming in YouTube, because people in my channel, they're from all over the world, and I really don't know what time I have to choose. Maybe I have to choose in the morning during the days in Bulgaria, so I can. I don't know. I really don't know. If someone else is watching, you can ask your questions. I need your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, and you can ask your questions. Of course, if you want to learn about Vedic astrology, you can check my online course. It is with pre-recorded videos, so you can check them. I'm going to send you a link now. So just a second, please. Oops. I'm going to send you a link about the course. It is in English, and it is I created in a very simple way, because I want more people to learn about this course. So if you want to learn about Vedic astrology, you can check this link, the one that I sent you now. It is in the platform of Thinkific, and the platform of Thinkific is one of the best platforms for studying. So you can check this course now. So Desi Prasetya, 28th of December 1987, 10 a.m. Boyolali City, Indonesia. Oh, I love people from Indonesia. I had colleagues from Indonesia. They're very funny people. I have 2 combust planets in Sagittarius in my birth chart. How would it impact my love life for the rest of this year? Let me see. 28th of December. 28th December 1987. 10:03. This is in the morning, right? Bayoli City. Bayoli. Oh, I'm Indonesia. Let me see. Indonesia. I want to go to see Bali, but it's so far away. Bayowali. Is it in which region is it? In Java Tengah or Sumatera Utara? Do you know, or I have to check? Or I don't pronounce it in the right way. Java Tengah maybe. Or you received the sound a little bit late. Okay, let me see. I'm going to check it. Bayowali City. Bayowali City. Bayowali City. Central Java. Okay, so it is in Java Tengah. In Central Java. Java Tengah. Okay, cool. So you have so many planets. I see it now. You have so many planets in the 11th house. According to the date that you gave me, 28th of December 1987, 10:03 a.m. Bayowali City, Java Tengah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Sagittarius in the 11th house, which is Saturn, Uranus, Sun, Neptune, and Mercury. Basically, of course, in Vedic astrology, we don't check in such details the outer planets. You know, the Neptune and Uranus. It is more about society influence. Of course, if it's very near next to a planet, it of course influence that planet. In your case, the combustion. I don't think. You have a combustion of Mercury because there are only 2 degrees difference between the Sun and between Mercury. But Mercury is a planet that is always very near next to the Sun. So maybe at the beginning of your life, maybe that you had problems speaking, or you were more shy speaking, or there were some problems with the speech or something like that. But I don't think it is a big problem. About Saturn, the difference is around 11 degrees. So it is a big difference. 11 degrees, of course, there is some kind of combustion, but it's not so severe combustion, because if it's less than 10 degrees, if it's more than 10 degrees, it's a little bit the influence, the result of the combustion is not so big. I mean, the closer to the Sun, the bigger is the influence. So I don't think you have to worry about the combustion here. Of course, there can be problems with the speech, there can be problems with the discipline, with the construction, with the organization that you put effort in, because Saturn is a little bit combust. But here, Sun is very near to Neptune. Neptune is a planet like a fog, the planet of illusions. So many times you can have someone, because Sun is the ruler of your 7th house, the house of your spouse, maybe there can be some problems with your spouse, maybe there can be some kind of lies, there can be some illusions, there can be some, you can create your own image of the spouse that is not which is not the real situation in your relationship. But basically, you have Jupiter, Moon, and Rahu in the 12th house. Jupiter is very powerful there, and you have a Jupiter return. So this is a very important period till April 2023. It is a very, very important period. Now Saturn is going over your ascendant, again very important period. I don't think the combustion will influence your love life. This is what I mean. Don't worry about your love life at this point. You started a new period in May 2022, Venus Mercury period. It is a period where you can earn money, more money through studying or teaching or traveling, but there will be some kind of end. You know that because Mercury is 12th position from Venus, and this can bring some endings, but this is for your good. Maybe you can change your job. Yeah, why not? I think last year you changed your job, or you had the possibilities to change your job before April 2022, 1 year and a half in back in the past. Maybe you change your job. I don't think you have problems with your love life because of the combustion. This is what I mean. If anybody else have questions, I'll be happy to answer. If someone of you, Peru or they see you have more questions, you can ask them. Don't worry about that. This is just a testing. I want to know where and what time I have to make the live streamings. I will try in the morning too, but yeah, there is a big difference in the hours. Desi, do you have any other questions? Okay, I have to wait a little bit because there is the sound and the video that I'm watching here is a little bit late. Okay, if nobody has questions, I can say something about retrograde Mars. As you probably, I don't know whether you watched my video, Mars retrograde. It's coming on 30th of October, I think. Let me see here, 30th of October till January 12th. It will be in the house, in the sign of Taurus. So everybody has to check where is your Taurus zodiac sign. And in this field, there can be some let's say there can be some issues related with the Mars energy. You know, Mars is the commander, the fighter, competition, violence, aggression, sex appeal in some way, conflicts, accidents, everything related with Mars. And when Mars is retrograde, you have to pay attention inwards, and you have to pay attention to the things that Mars symbolize. Desi, hi Anatoly, that was cool. What you said about my early life was right. I am a shy person, you are right. I changed my job and plan to apply to PhD program this year. Yes, you should apply. You should, yes. Basically, from April 2022 Desi till the end of April 2023, you are in your Jupiter return. So every idea or when you are in Jupiter return, let me check if I have this video, because I made so many videos in my YouTube channel, but I don't think people are watching them a lot. I have a special video about Jupiter return. And now I'm going to find it for you, and I'm going to paste it in the link, because Jupiter return is very important period. Jupiter return period gives you signs what will be the next what will be the next few years, the next 12 years for you, because you get some kind of ideas, you get some kind of messages from the universe. what will be the next 12 years. So whatever you hear, whatever you see, pay attention to everything, because your Jupiter return will help you, will give you signs and give you ideas what will be your next 12 years. One more question if possible. Does the combust Mercury would hinder my attempt to further my studies since I'm running Mercury Antradasha? No, I don't think I don't think you have problems. I don't think you have problems with your studying. The combust Mercury will, I think that it will play more influence in your early life. And now, if you have studied the lessons that you had in the early life, everything will be fine after that. You will now know how to control the Mercury, the combusted Mercury, and as I told you, Mercury is a planet that is always next to the Sun. And if you know astronomy, you know that the Mercury is the first planet next to the Sun. So it is always hot. It is used to be hot there. He knows how to be hot, how to survive in the hotness next to the Sun. I start creating my own language, English language. So don't worry about that. Your Mercury rules the house of studying and the house of transformation and love and dating. So I'm pretty sure you will be able to study. Just be careful, be more organized, be more disciplined, and everything will be fine. Okay? There will be no problems for you. Caveman, hi. I was PN last time. Is it okay if I ask more questions? Yes, it is okay. It is your time now. Did you read my book? I don't think you read my book. I didn't see it. You can ask your questions, Caveman. It's not problem. Now it's your time. While you're asking your questions, I'm going to post this streaming in my Facebook, Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. So if there are more people, in my Facebook. So if there are more people, so more people can watch it. Of course, I closed my Facebook, of course. Great. If you have Facebook, you can follow me in my Facebook, Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. Or you can just watch the videos in YouTube if there is interest in the lives. In the live streaming. I'm going to create more and more videos, live streaming videos, because it's much easier for me to do the live streamings, you know. I don't know where I receive. Okay, let me see. Oh, now I receive your messages. I was stuck. Okay. Anatoly, is very kind of you. Thank you for the reading. God bless you. Thank you. It is pleasure for me to read to you, to do this reading. Caveman, December 2022, 9:05 p.m. Brampton on Canada. I have a Pravatani Yoga between 2nd and 8th house. Will this pull Venus out of the 8th house and put it into the 2nd house? Let me check your chart again. But the influence of the 8th house will be felt for sure, because Paravanta Paravantara yoga, or how to say it the correctly, Parivartanya yoga. Sorry, I'm not good in this in pronunciation. It is good if it's between good houses. For example, Kendra, Trikona houses, or only Kendra houses. When you have Dushtana house, the influence of the Dushtana house will play a role. So the 8 houses transformation, change, birth, death and rebirth. So of course you feel the influence. Let me see your chart again. And you didn't tell me why you are a caveman. You didn't tell me why this is your nickname. Was in the previous life. You didn't. I asked you, but you didn't tell me. So maybe now you can tell me. 2nd December 76. This is 5:51. Oh, this is PM, right? So 17:51. Canada. Brampton. So you have Paravartana yoga. No. Venus will stay. You have Paravartana yoga between Saturn and Moon, and but basically Venus will stay in the 8th house. There will be no change of the influence. Moon will act like it is in Cancer, and Saturn will act like it is in Capricorn. But basically you will have okay, now I got it, caveman. Basically the Venus will stay in the 8th house. There is no such a rule that Venus will be pulled out of the 8th house. Basically Moon will act like it is in Cancer, and Saturn will act like it is in Capricorn, but they will not change. But they are not going to change. Yes, but they are not going to change their places. Moon will act in Cancer in the 8th house. Saturn will act like in Capricorn in the 10th house. But you feel the effect of this yoga when you are in the Moon or Saturn dasha. Maybe, but you are in a Jupiter Ketu period. You know, Ketu period is a little bit more difficult period. You need to pay attention to yourself. You need to pay attention to the way you feel, to your world. Will my moon still be Vargotama? Yes, it will be still Vargotama. Peru, one more thing, you are very accurate about the job thing. I want to change my job. I'm very upset with this job. I do too much hard work, but nothing happened. Is there any foreign settlement? Okay, let me check Peru again for you. If there is a foreign settlement for you. Let me see, when was what was the date that you gave me? Peru, can you please give me your date of birth again, because I closed the information, and now the messages, you deleted the message and I don't know your date of birth. So I can put it again and to see your chart. If anybody else has any other questions, I'll be happy to answer. Now is the time. You just need to have sorry, I'm just checking something. I don't know whether you hear me. Peru, can you please send me your date of birth again and exact time of birth? So if anybody is watching the video, the live, if you want to ask questions, a question a little bit more general question, you can ask me now. You just need your date of birth, exact time of birth, and place of your birth. Uttarashada Nakshatra. Uttarashada, if you know my book, Uttarashada, this is the later victory. So this is there is a special place, there is a special chapter about nakshatras. Uttarashada, it is Uttarashada means the later invincible one. So you can check my book. Uttarashada, the thing that is more specific about Uttarashada is that the animal is mongoose, and this is, of course, there are so many things about Uttarashada. I'm reading a lot of books about nakshatra because I love nakshatras. But mongoose is an animal that doesn't have a pair. So all nakshatras, all of them have pairs, but Uttarashada is the only one that doesn't have pair. So mongoose is only male. There is no female mongoose among the nakshatras. And people who have this nakshatra, they're a little bit more lonely. These people, especially if the Lord of the seventh house or Venus or the Lord of the seventh house is in Uttarashada, this means that you find love in a very difficult, in a difficult way. I mean, it will be difficult for you to find love, because you will not be able to feel attached to anybody, because mongoose doesn't have a pair, doesn't have a female. Next, this is the only nakshatra with only one animal. So Peru, just a second, I'm going to check again. January 1996, 5:05 a.m. 5:05 India, the beautiful India. Haryana district, state, Karnal. Karnal. How did I find it in last time? I cannot find it. Oh, yes, I found it. I put the wrong state. So you ask me if there is foreign settlement. You have very strong chart, to be honest, because you have exalted Mars, you have very strong Saturn, you have very strong Jupiter, you are very spiritual, but in the same time you are very practical and very ambitious and very earth personality. You are Scorpio ascendant, and the ruler is in third house, which tells me that you can travel a lot. You can travel a lot. Hi Tessa, nice to see you again. You can travel a lot, but you can go abroad for working, because I think you want to work somewhere far away from the place, but I'm not pretty sure that you will stay forever out of your native place, because I see that you have Saturn and Venus in the fourth house, which tells me that you will be always connected to your native place. You can go to work somewhere, but there will be always connection, because your Saturn is very strong. Your Saturn is in Aquarius, in its own sign. And I think that you find someone and you will go home because of love. Yes. So cavemen explain that Ashada, if the Lord of the 11th house is in Jeshta, I have Mars in the 6th house in this nakshatra, can I get a lot of wealth? Oh, depends on many things. Wealth, you have to have yogas, you have to have a lot of combinations in order to have wealth. And if you are doing what you are loving, if you love what you are doing and what you are working, you will have wealth for sure. Peru, thank you so much, sir. Yes, I wanted to go for working in this period of Rahu moon. Can I go abroad for working? Yes, you can go abroad for working, especially in 2023. You will be able to find, I think even earlier, because you are in a Rahu period and Rahu is transiting over your 6th house, and it is in the 11th house in your natal chart, which will bring success, which can bring a lot of wealth, but you will work a lot. You will have to do everything by yourself, and there can be some it is in Chitra, there can be success. What exactly do you do for working? What kind of business do you do for working? Or you don't hear me? Okay, if anybody else, so if you have any questions, you can ask your questions too here. Or anybody else, if you have any other questions, I can as a counselor, you can be very good counselor because you have Jupiter and Sagittarius in Sun and Sagittarius. Studying abroad is a good idea. You have success. You have to go before April 2023. Caveman, it's a little bit long to explain Jeshta and Kritika Nakshatra. Basically, Jeshta is part of Scorpio, Kritika is part of, a little Aries, Taurus, but we will need more time about that. Now it's time for asking questions. If you want, of course, you can read my book, Vedic Astrology is in Simple, or you can read some other books like this. It is about nakshatras. It is the author of this book is David Frowe. It's a very good book. In my course that I pasted, the link that I pasted, the pre-recorded video course for all people who want to study Vedic astrology. I gave advices what to read, how to read, what type of astrology to learn. So you can check. What's that? You can check my course too. But Jeshta and Kritika. Do you have Jeshta and Kritika in your chart? Kritika is ruled by the sun and it's very sharp nakshatra, but it's very spiritual. Fire is the element here, and Kritika is related with cutting. So depends what does it rule, depends on the things it's ruling. But Kritika is the first nakshatra that is ruled by the sun, and it has the sun energy, caveman. Okay, If anybody else has other questions, I'm going, now it's the time, or if you know someone else, Peru, Desi, Caveman. Okay, energy Teso. Let me check again your chart. I think I have it here. Let me see if I have it. I think I'm not sure whether I saved your chart. Oh, there are so many people. No, I mean, I cannot find it. I'm going to write again. So, Teso, 30th January. Now it's retrograde Mercury, so you have to be a little bit more careful about changing your job. Hi, Drea. 1998. 0202A. This is in the morning. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Asha, hello. Should I change my job? Okay, so 30th of January 1998, 0202 Amsterdam. For sure, I don't think you have to change it in September. For sure, this is for sure. Because it's retrograde Mercury, it is in the house of transfer. No, it's in the house, in the 12th house now. I think if you want to change your job, it will be better to wait a little bit. Because now Jupiter is retrograde in your 6th house, Teso. And when it's retrograde in your 6th house, it can create some issues. So I think it will be really good period after November to change your job, because then at the end of November Jupiter will go direct. But if you feel that you don't want to work anymore there, and if you have saved money, you can leave your job. But you have to know that after November it will get better, and it will be easier for you to find the place which you want to work. Okay? So, Asha, hello. If you have any questions, you can. Okay, I see you. Or you ask your question. Drea Calia Rodriguez, for your readings, where can I find your website to convert pricing to American dollars? I thought that they become. I think this is my website. So this is my website. I'm going to paste it again here, and the consultations. And it is, you can see the prices in euro. This is European currency. And maybe I thought that I have such an what is the English word, application. When people from other countries check my website, they see the US currency, but maybe it's not. But you can write in Google euro to USD dollars, and you can put the price of my consultations. I have WAF consultations, career, relocation. What else? I have. Let me see. I forgot what I have. Career and life purpose horoscope reading. I have detailed personality horoscope reading. I have love, marriage, and children horoscope reading. I have life horoscope consultation, and I have revocation horoscope reading. Astrocartography is this consultation, and yearly horoscope reading. The prices, you can see the prices there. To be honest, the prices are very cheap. I checked other astrologers. They have really expensive consultations, but yeah. For their on record, I made them on record, audio record, and you can ask questions before that, and after you hear the record, the audio record, you can ask more questions. So it's totally to you. And of course I have a live consultations which is on Skype, but the price there is a little bit different from the other prices, so you can try with converter there. And if you need any help, you can write me and I can assist you. Don't worry about that. Thank you for writing, and thank you for becoming a part of this life. Okay, let me see now. I'm not in a big rush to change. I'm not in a big rush to change. Thank you. I will wait a little bit. Yes, Tessa. If you're not in a hurry, you can wait a little bit. Especially do not change your job in September for sure. This is for sure. Asha. 7 November, city Amritsar, Punjab district, India. I'm suffering from health issues since past 10 years. Is there any good dasha or something coming in which I feel relaxed? Basically, I'm not very good in health medicine, astrology. So I don't want to give advices about health. There you have to go to a doctor, because you know when the health is not okay. Doctor is the one who has educated. The person who has education. He is the one who can help you. But now I'm going to check your chart just in case to see if there is something that I can help you. But for sure the first one is the doctor. 1972. 21:30 p.m. 21:30. This is p.m. Okay. City Amritsar, India. Punjab, the state. Where was that? Amritsar. Amritsar. Oh my god, how to write that? Amrtsr. Okay. So you say, what do you say? I'm suffering from health issues since past 10 years. What kind of health issues, if it's not if it's okay to tell me, because I see that you're in the dasha of Venus, and Venus is in Virgo. It is debilitated, but in your Navansha it's in Taurus, which is strong. Basically, Virgo is the planet of, the sign of eating, health, healing. So maybe it's very important for you what are you eating and how you treat your body, and what kind of problems do you see and you fix So Venus debilitated, it can give a lot of money, of course, because Venus debilitated is one of the planets that gives a lot of money. It makes you more practical in love, but I don't see such. Yes, you have Ketu over the ascendant. You have Moon in Scorpio. Uh, Moon in Scorpio means that your moon is debilitated, which means that you need to pay attention to your inner world, to your psychology. Um, psychology, because the way you feel, this can influence your health. So basically, for me, it's very important to take care of what you are eating and how you feel and what you are thinking. If you fix and control what you are thinking and what you are eating, I think the things with you will get better. But your Saturn is in 12th house, the house of hospitals. So you have karma related to hospitals and yeah, so you can have this, and you have to be more spiritual, and you have to pay attention to your inner world, and this will help you for sure. So one more question for clarification: changing after November, as in taking the steps to change, or literally start working in a new place after November? I think it's better to, it is both thing. You can apply both thing, Teso. You can start working immediately after. It will be easier for you after when Jupiter becomes direct. It will become direct, I think, in the end of November, and then everything in that is related with your sixth house, job related, will be much more easier. This is what I meant. Of course, you can. The only thing that is not good now is to quit your job now in Mercury while Mercury is retrograde. Asha, I see that you are from 2020 till April of 2023. You are in a period of Venus Saturn. Saturn is in your 12th house. This is why your health is getting it's not very good now, because Saturn is in your 12th house, the house of hospitals. In April 2023, you will start Venus Mercury period. Mercury is in Scorpio in 6th house, so definitely I want from you to pay attention what you are eating, how you communicate, what you are thinking. Pay attention to your spiritual side for sure, because Mercury in Scorpio, it is more psychological issues here. You have to control the brain. This can create issues for you. Okay. You're welcome, energy. Anybody else with questions? I don't know what time I have to start the live streaming. Maybe tomorrow I can check in the morning. Desi prasetėja. Let me see. Let me again find your date of birth, because I'm not saving the dates. Let me see. Desi, can you please give me again your date of birth? I'm sorry, but I'm not saving. I cannot save the charts. Can you please tell me your date of birth again, because I cannot find it. Okay. 28th December 1987, 10:30 a.m. 10:03, I'm sorry. Indonesia. The city is Boyolali. Jawa Tengah. Okay, let me see. What is your question, Anatoly? Based on my birth chart, do you think a research career would be fit for me? What do you mean by research? Your 10th house is Scorpio, the house of your career. Research is related to Scorpio. But you have Aquarius ascendant, which is more scientific. Aquarius is the sign of the science, of the technologies, of the new society. And I think everything related with Aquarius will suit you a lot. The other thing, caveman, just a second, I'm going to check it. Aquarius will suit you a lot. You have a lot of planets. You have a lot of planets in the 11th house in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is education, traveling, knowledge, optimism, morals, warriors. In some way, yes, it's warriors. You have a lot of planets, Rahu, Moon, and Jupiter in Pisces. This is spirituality, other cultures, other dimensions, in some way hospitals. What kind of research do you want to do? Because research, you can do research in finance, you can do research in science. What kind of research do you have? Caveman. What does Jupiter, Mercury, Rahu in the Sagittarius 9th house in the D9, Sun, Jupiter, Sun, Ketu in the 3rd house, aspect in the 9th house? Sun and Ketu is not the best combination, you know, probably. But I have to check your chart again, just a second. Neuro-linguistics research. Oh my god, let me see what is neuro-linguistic research. Just a second, I have to Google this. I have to Google that. Neuro-linguistic. This is with the languages. Neuro-linguistics. Welcome to the chat, Taher. The branch of linguistic dealing with the relationship between languages and the structure of functioning of the brain. Yes. Yes, Desi, you can learn. You can learn this. I'm a little bit not concentrated now, but you can learn this related with languages. Is that correct, Desi? Ter, if you have any questions, you can ask me now, but related to the astrology and your chart. Okay? Hi, Rahu. Neurolinguistic languages. Okay, languages. Yes, you can do languages. I see that you have Sagittarius, which is related with, in some way, with languages, different cultures. You have a lot of Pisces, again, different cultures, languages. Aquarius gives you the scientific approach. So yes, I think it is a good idea. Rahu is Jupiter Mahadasha is good for Scorpio ascendant. So for Scorpio ascendant, let me see Scorpio ascendant. Which are the Scorpio ascendant? So for Scorpio ascendant, Jupiter rules the second and the fifth house. This is the house of money. Taher, I'm going to read your chart. You have my Skype, Taher. So not my Skype, you have my WhatsApp. So write me there. Don't write anything here. Okay. And you don't know your time of birth. Okay. Last time you didn't give me your time of birth. So okay. So now Astro Talks, welcome. Rahu, I was answering your question. So for Scorpio ascendant, second and fifth house are ruled by Jupiter. Where you can give me your time of birth and I can check what exactly will be your dasha. Welcome to Astro Talks. I know that your questions are very specific, so I prefer to have them on a private message, you know? Astro Talks, how was the restaurant? Did you enjoy the meal? Who you can give me your date of birth so I can check your Jupiter. I can check your Jupiter Mahadasha. Okay. You don't have the exact timing. Okay. You don't have the exact timing and the date of birth. Basically, Jupiter is a good planet for Scorpio ascendant, but if it's in a Dushtana house, then it will be a problem. Or if it's debilitated. We need to know which sign is it, so I can give you more information about your dasha. I cannot give you now the information. If anybody has other questions, now is the time to ask the questions. Just to see how long I've been live. Okay. But if Jupiter is sitting in the fifth or second house, then it is good or bad, and also sitting with moon or sun but not combust. Depends. I need to check the whole chart. I cannot tell you like that. Thank you, Anatoly. As I've told you, I would like to pursue PhD. Is it possible to see if the birth chart to which direction, country, continent would be the benefit? Desi, I cannot do it now during the live chat. If you want, you can check my revocation or revocation consultation. You know my website. I put it there. You can check the private consultation because it will be I need more time for that, and you have to give me some examples, which countries do you want to go, so I can check whether it's possible or it's not possible. Do you read your own horoscope or do you let someone else do it for you? Basically, I like reading my horoscope. I check. I don't check a lot my horoscope. I know what's going on. I know the dashas, but I know that everything comes from me because in astrology, of course, there is karma and there are things that are karmic, so they are destined, they will happen no matter what, but most of the time everything depends on you, everything depends on your inner power and your will, how you want to, what you want to do. But I check astrology, my chart, as a map, so I know this dasha, okay, this dasha is coming, so in this dasha it is good period to change the place where I live, or it is very good or it's very good to start studying something or go abroad or start traveling. Yeah, so I use my chart as a map, and in my book at the end there is some kind of, what is the English word, some kind of message to the people that are reading this book, and I wrote, astrology for me is like a map. It shows you what to expect if you choose that road or other. It will tell you you need to take a jacket, it will be cold on that road, and it will tell you take sunglasses, it will be fun now. But what is most important, you have to walk the way. So astrology is a map, but you have to walk the way. Some people think that they can stay on the couch and wait for the karma. No, you are here to move, and only through moving you can complete your dharma, your mission. Some events are destined, they are karmic, they are lessons that you cannot avoid, and still there is free will, and when you learn the lessons, then you can achieve everything you desire and want. When you are a spiritually aware person and you know yourself and your emotional world, you can control your destiny and use astrology as a map that can guide you, but please move. This is the end of Vedic astrology, easy and simple, that you have to move. Thank you, Desi. Caveman, this type of analysis is a little, we need more time about that. If you want, you can check my consultations and you can book a consultations and we can check everything about your D9 chart. But now I need questions that are a little bit more general, so I can answer them for 1 minute. Not, astrology is serious occult science, so I need more time to check the details that you want to check. If anybody else has questions, now it's your time. I've been 1 hour and 8 minutes live. Of course, I tried a few times today to the live streaming, but I really don't know what time to do it. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll try again, just to see if there are people, because due to the different time zones. If you want to say something about retrograde Mercury, the wealth-giving nakshatras. There are different theories about that. Some say Pusha and Rohini and Anuradha are very good for wealth giving. But I think that every nakshatra can give you wealth. Depends on the how you are going to. I don't believe in wealth giving nakshatras. I mean that every nakshatra has plus and minus, and if you focus on the pluses, you can earn money from the plus. But I don't think that there is such thing as wealth giving nakshatras. Of course, Nuradha, Pushya, and Revati are nakshatras that are more favorable, especially Revati, especially not Anuradha is it's the wealthy one, or the Nishta again is the wealthy one. They can give you wealth, but Pusha and Rohini are one of the most favorable nakshatras that can give you wealth. But I think that every nakshatra can give wealth. Depends how if you focus on the good side of the nakshatra and pluses of the nakshatra. Of course, there are difficult nakshatras, Ardra, Mula. They are very difficult. They are difficult nakshatras, and they are nakshatras with more spiritual lessons. They can give you spiritual wealth, not material wealth. If anybody else has questions, now it's the time to ask your questions, because in a few minutes I'm going to stop the live streaming. Of course, if you are interested in live streaming, I can make more of them, but depends how many people are watching, and if I can be helpful in some way. Anybody else that give moksha? Oh, I'm not sure about the moksha yogas. Of course, there are nakshatras that can give you a lot of moksha nakshatras. Especially, if you want to see whether you have spiritual lessons, you have to check Ketu. Where is your Ketu? And there you can get a lot of spiritual lessons in your chart. Wherever Ketu is, it will detach you from this house and give you lessons. A lot of lessons. If it's in the 4th house, it will detach you from your native country, from your mother, from the place you live. It will be very difficult for you to have connections, especially in the Ketu period. Ketu period is I don't like Ketu. I always say that, but I really don't like Ketu. It's very it's a Karka. It's a planet that gives. It's a moksha karka. It's a planet that gives a lot of lessons, and in this world, these lessons are related with suffering in some way. Okay, so if there is nobody else who wants to ask questions, I'm going to stop the live streaming now. And maybe, I don't know, I will put in my Facebook Astrology Coaching by Anatoly, or somewhere else I can make more live streaming during the week or the weekends. We'll see. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.